apparently for the content you are about to see, which is very old by now, I'm just lazy and I don't like editing, I filmed neither an intro nor an outro, so here I am. We're going to be making a shark for one of the teachers that my mom works with. As always, the pattern will be linked in the description, and I don't have much else to say, so let's get started. I might actually cry a little. I didn't think we were ever going to get to this part in the pattern. I feel like I've been doing single crochet for 10 years. This thing is huge. I can't even fit it in one screen. It's already longer. The pattern does say it's going to be about 2 feet, so of course it's already longer than a foot. Why did I do it backwards? Hold on. So from here to here is a foot, and then some. So about 15 inches. I mean, I could get it in, frame if I zoomed out, but I don't want to. So now I have a theory about how the mouth is going to work, which means I will have to add some more single crochets to get it to be at the halfway. Because when a shark swims, their tail is like this, right? Not like this. They're not mermaids, they're sharks, right? So I have a feeling that the mouth is going to be, it's split in 2 parts to look like it's open. And so I haven't looked at the pattern yet since I've finished decreasing for, okay, first of all, let's talk about the decreases. You can kind of see some of them. Like there's one right there, one right there, one right there, one right there. I don't care that they can be seen. But the pattern has them pretty much all like in the same spot per row, which I don't like, so I ended up doing them just in random places. As long as each row had one for a total of 14 rounds, I have the correct amount of stitches. So now I have to stuff the body. And my mom bought me the, okay, so if you go to Build-A-Bear and you make a bear, you get to pick a heart, right? Like the fabric hearts, they're called petal hearts. And I was like, I really want some of those to put in my plushies just because I think it's a cute thing. And I don't know what they're called, so I started doing some research. They're called petal hearts, like flower petals, but petal hearts. I found them on Amazon. And I was like, ooh, Build-A-Bear, it's over for you now that I found these. But I'm just kidding. I love Build-A-Bear. I have so many of them. They haven't come out with the cute one in a long time, which I'm a little disappointed about. I was really hoping they would collab with FNAF for the movie that just came out. But once I stuff the body, this is going to go in there. So my theory for the mouth is, since it's going to be split in 2 parts, and obviously this is one part, is that I'm probably going to end up doing a chain of sorts to connect from one side to the other, and that'll act as my bridge to work, you know, like, what could I use? Hold on. Okay, we're going to use a knitting needle, because, oh, my bird's putting his 2 cents in. Okay, so let's say this was my chain, right, in between my 2 pieces. Then I could work on the bottom stitch of the chain around this way to make the bottom part of the mouth. Once that's finished, I'll come back and work the top part of the mouth on the top stitches of the chain to make this. So basically I'm forming 2 circles out of 1 part, and then those are going to be the top and bottom of the mouth respectively. So I'm probably going to put a lot of polyfill in here because I have to get it all the way to the bottom where the tail is. This fits almost my entire arm. Oh, this is my elbow, right? That's how long it is. Okay, anyway. I guess, yeah, I'm gonna stuff it now because I'm pretty sure the next step is to split for the mouth. And it's just gonna be hard to get any polyfill in there once it's kind of got the chain in the way. So, I almost went through 1 skein of yarn. This is very deflated compared to what a brand new one looks like. So I'm gonna stuff it, I'm gonna put the heart in. I will be right back. I do want to mention something I think I forgot to say, which I wanted to say, which was that I didn't want to stuff the tail, right? I want the tail to be flat. So when I got to, there's some rounds once you come out of shaping the tail that are just single crochet before you start increasing for the body, that I took some of the same colored yarn and just kind of sewed it back and forth. You can kind of see it, it's right there, to keep the polyfill from eventually sliding down into the tail, so it is going to be forced to stay in the body and the tail will always be flat, which is what I wanted. So it's going to work out. Now I have to pull up the pattern so I can start decreasing for the mouth. But honestly, I've worked on this one a lot today, so I might be done with this whip for today. I have another one I want to work on, but I've made good progress on this. Once I get the body done, then it's just the details and the fins and stuff. So I'm probably, I would say, I'm probably halfway done with this already. Even at this unfinished stage, I'm probably about halfway through the whole pattern, including all of the detail work and the fins and the mouth and stuff. We're almost there. Now, unfortunately, this thing is really big. It kind of looks like a shrimp right now, though, because I have two... Okay. You're supposed to work the decreases for the nose part until you get to 6 stitches, and then leave a tail to close it off. I stopped at 12. How am I going to show you? Fold them in half. I stopped at 12 so I could have more of a rounded look and not so much a pointed one. And so now I'm just going to weave this through each stitch and just do a regular, they're called like magic close, or oh, no they're not. Sorry, I fibbed. That's magic circle. They're called the ultimate finish. You'll see. Now I kind of like the fact that this, you know, the mouth is 2 pieces because I can close it off and then just stuff it from the inside. Now, for the bottom piece, I will have to stuff it from the outside. So, for the ultimate finish, just go through the front loops of each set of stitch loops. I know I mentioned before that the reason I have this band-aid on my finger is because I have a skin issue going on. I don't know what the deal is, dude. I cannot get the skin to go back together. And sometimes it is just so painful that my skin is so dry that it's split open. I don't know, and it's just this finger. I have not like a dry spot, but I have it on this finger too, a little bit. Not as bad as this finger. And it doesn't help that I'm constantly washing my hands at work. I know that's part of the reason why. So, now, just pull it closed and tie it off. And this would be a little easier if I already had polyfill in it, but I don't. And then, and because the stitch has more, you know, typically you do this with 6, and then so it pulls nice and tight and shut. But since this has 12, you have to kind of pull a lot harder to get it to close and tie it off really neatly so it doesn't look like there's an obvious hole there, which I will do. And then stuff it, pull of polypill. You know what I meant. And then I will do the same for the bottom part, and then we're going to make the red part of the mouth and the teeth, and then we'll just have the fins. Oh, and I'm going to put some like eye details on as well, and then it'll be done. I don't know if it's at 2 feet yet. I guess I can measure it again now that I have part of the nose done. I don't think it's quite 2 feet for me. It's maybe like 15 or 16 inches. That's okay. I did use... Oh, I used a 3 hook. I thought I was using a 2. That's okay. Doesn't really matter. It's gonna be cute either way. Not right now, but trust me, it will be cute. Now, I will say that, for one, this has almost taken an entire skein of yarn. This is the last fin, the one that's going to go on the back. This is all I have left of one skein of yarn. And 2, I'm starting to realize that I actually don't like to make big projects that I can't work on my desk. It took me a really long time to just get through the body because I didn't want to work on it, because it was hard to hold on to. And the mouth actually came out a little smaller than it was supposed to, but I followed the pattern for the most part, so I don't know why it didn't come out like it was supposed to, but I'll still make it work. For the mouth part, I'm probably going to wing it anyway, because if I follow the dimensions in the pattern, it's not going to fit, because my mouth, or the shark's mouth, is shorter than it should be. But, oh, excuse me. Apparently I'm tired all of a sudden. Even though I've been sitting here perfectly fine for the last 30 minutes when I decide to record is when I have to yawn. It's pretty easy to make a triangle, is what I was trying to say. And then the teeth should be alright to make. I thought about making the teeth out of felt, but for some reason I just don't think that would look right. I don't know. Anyway, all I have left of this shark, I'm pretty sure, is the mouth. Which means I technically only need one more piece, 2 if you count the red part of the mouth and the teeth as 2 separate pieces, which I guess technically they are, but they're put together as one piece before that piece is then attached to the shark, so I'm just going to count them as one piece. So I only have one piece of this project left, and then it's done. So, I have my red yarn out. It's sitting right here on my desk, actually. That's way too much. Hopefully I'll get around to starting on the mouth tonight, because I'm at the point where I'm tired of looking at this, and I just want it to be done. That's usually the point of a project, that I know, like, okay, I need to get this done, or it's just never going to get done. So, this is the top fin. These are the side fins. We're almost there. Final thoughts on this pattern. I don't really have a lot, except for I don't really like the way the tail is fashioned or written in the pattern. I'm used to, like, fish type characters being like 2 pieces that are then worked into one bigger piece, and then the body is formed. So next time, if I ever make this pattern again, I will be making my own tail pattern, at least for just that part. The rest was pretty easy to follow, and then for the mouth part, it did come out quite shorter than it was supposed to be, so I wasn't able to fit as many teeth, which kind of annoys me when I follow a pattern explicitly and it still comes out wrong. But of course nobody knows that but me, and now all of you, because I told you. But that's okay. Also, I think the writer of the pattern, the creator, the author, whatever word have you for that spot, I think she commented on my picture I shared of him. I'll have to find it on my Instagram and put it right here. But that's all I have to say for this pattern. And I will see you next time. Oh, thank you for watching, of course. I hope you enjoyed the video. This one might be on the shorter side. I don't know. I haven't edited it yet. If it's not on the shorter side, then disregard this statement.